Hi, I'm Blossom and I'm here to read to you today. Today I'm going to read a book called Amazing Tilda. It's a story about a monarch butterfly. Matilda emerged from her tiny egg on the giant green leaf of milkwood at the wooded edge of a grassy meadow. She yawned and stretched and looked all around. Why, Matilda was amazed. The world was so big and bright, and Matilda was so small and white. "I want to fly! I want to see the world!" Matilda shouted, just as a brown sparrow flew overhead. "Have patience, tiny Matilda, then follow your instincts, and one day you will fly," chirped Sparrow as she smiled down at Matilda and flew off into the nearby woods. Matilda didn't know what patience or instincts were, but she did know she wanted to fly. "I do so want to fly," Matilda said. Just then a speckled toad leaped onto the ledge of a nearby rock. "Why, you can't fly," laughed Toad. "You don't have wings." Toad laughed again. "You must have wings to fly." "Sparrow said that I must have patience and that I must follow my instincts. Now you say I must have wings. Where can I find all of those things?" Matilda asked Toad. "As for wings, I don't know where you can find them. In fact, I don't care a thing about them. But I am an expert on patience and instincts," Toad croaked as he puffed out his chest 3 sizes. "When I was just a tip of a toad, Mother told me that I must have patience too. I so wanted to leap up onto this rock ledge, but I could not do it. I could barely jump a short distance before I would fall backwards, kerplunk, right into the tall grass. But Mother said that I must not give up. She told me that it would take patience to do all of the things that I wanted to do. She said that I could do anything if I would only try long enough and hard enough. Mother was right. I kept trying. I kept jumping and jumping and jumping. Every day I would leap a little farther. Now I can easily reach this very ledge whenever I want to see the whole world." Toad croaked as he leapt across the field. "But I don't want to leap onto ledges," Matilda sighed as she nibbled away at the big green leaf underfoot. "I only want to fly." Matilda crunched and munched leaf after leaf, day after day. Matilda sure did know how to eat. In fact, she had already devoured several more of the huge green leaves when Sparrow returned to perch on a branch overhead. "Why, Matilda, you are becoming more beautiful every day. I see you are following your instincts," Sparrow twittered as Matilda gulped down another tender bite. Matilda's tiny white body began to grow and to change. "Those gleaming black and white stripes, dear, how they become you," Sparrow added. "What about my wings?" Matilda asked. "Toad said that I must have wings if I want to fly." "Just have patience and follow your instincts, my dear," Sparrow sang out as she flew off on the warm spring breeze. "I do so want to fly," Matilda sighed. Just then a cottontail rabbit hopped up onto the ledge where Toad had sat. "Why, you don't look like you can fly," chuckled Rabbit. "You don't have any wings." "Sparrow said that I must have patience and follow my instincts. You and Toad say that I need wings too. Where can I find all of those things?" Matilda asked Rabbit. "As for wings, I don't know where you can find them. In fact, I don't care anything about them. But I am an expert on patience and instincts," Rabbit boasted as she twitched her black nose, making her whiskers sparkle as they danced up and down. "When I was just a bit of a bunny, Papa told me that I must have patience too. I so wanted to bound up onto this rock ledge where I could see the whole world, but I could not do it. I could barely hop a short distance before I would fall backwards, flip-flop right onto the tall grass. But Papa said that I must not give up. He told me it would take patience to learn to do all of the things I wanted to do. He said I could do anything that I wanted to if I only tried long enough and hard enough. Papa was right. I kept trying. I kept hopping and hopping and hopping until at last I could bound. Every day I would land a little farther. Now I can reach this very ledge any time I want to see the whole world, Rabbit boasted as she bounded across the field. But I don't want to bound onto ledges, Matilda sighed as she nibbled away at the big green leaf. I only want to fly. Matilda crunched and munched and lunched, leaf after leaf, day after day. Those sweet, juicy morsels were scrumptious. In fact, Matilda had just finished 10 more tender tidbits when Sparrow returned. Why, Matilda, my dear, you are amazing. You keep growing right out of your lovely coat, Sparrow twittered. Matilda had already changed her beautiful black and white striped coat several times. She was nearly 2 inches long. Those new stripes of glittering gold, my dear, are simply exquisite. How they become you, Sparrow exclaimed. What about my wings? Asked Matilda. Have patience and follow your instincts, my dear, Sparrow sang out as she lifted her own wings and flew off. Matilda stretched and yawned. She was very tired. She had eaten so many of the giant milkweed leaves that she could barely move. What Matilda needed now was a nap. First, she found a sturdy stem and attached her bottom to it. Then, as expertly as a circus acrobat, Matilda lowered herself head first and began to spin. As she spun, a soft green blanket began to take shape. Before long, a green coverlet surrounded every bit of Matilda's beautiful, long, black, and golden and white striped form. Then Matilda fell fast asleep. When Rabbit and Toad returned to the ledge, they searched and searched for her, but no Matilda. The only thing they found was a curious green blanket decorated with golden dots hanging from a stem. They did not know that Matilda was fast asleep inside. Before long, Matilda's blanket began to change. Little by little, from the bottom up, the coverlet became as clear as the cool water in the stream beyond the meadow. Soon, the whole blanket was as clear as a crystal drinking glass. And who do you think Toad and Rabbit saw curled up inside? Why, it was Matilda, all right. She was ready to wake up from her nap. As Matilda stretched so far and yawned so wide, the crystal coverlet fell from its stem and out stepped Matilda. But Toad and Rabbit did not recognize her. I had the most wonderful dream, Matilda told her 2 friends who were resting comfortably on the ledge. Why, I dreamed that I had wings. Toad and Rabbit just shook their heads. This strange creature sure sounded like Matilda, but it did not look like Matilda. Toad and Rabbit were amazed. Once again, Matilda had changed. This time, her black and white and gold-striped coat had turned into what appeared to be 2 beautifully patterned orange and black wings. Could it be, Rabbit asked Toad as they both shook their heads. Could it really be? They asked one another in amazement. Just then, Sparrow landed on a branch nearby. Why, that's Matilda, all right, Sparrow assured them. Amazing Matilda. Matilda, my dear, chirped Sparrow. You have followed your instincts and found your wings. How they become you, dear. Matilda began to shake her head, for she supposed she had only been dreaming. First she looked to her right side, then she looked to her left side. Matilda saw one wing, then another wing. "Wings!" Matilda shouted. "I really have wings! Now I can fly!" "Have patience, dear Matilda," Sparrow told her. "Remember, if you want to fly, you must have patience." Matilda began to lift her soft, wet wings, first one, then the other. Nothing happened. With eyes as big as saucers, Toad and Rabbit cheered Matilda on. "You have your wings," they shouted. "Now just keep trying to move them. Keep trying." "Those wings aren't big enough to carry me," Matilda told them as she tried to lift the heavy wings. "Don't give up," said Rabbit. "Yes," piped up Toad. "You found your wings, now you must try to move them. Remember, Mother said that if you try long enough and hard enough, you can do anything." And that's just what Matilda did. She moved those heavy, wet wings up and down, up and down, up and down. Sparrow, Toad, and Rabbit cheered her on. "You can do it! You can do it, Matilda!" Matilda moved her wings faster and faster and faster. It was very hard work, but she didn't give up. Before long, Matilda began to change again. As she moved her wings faster and faster and faster, her body became slimmer and slimmer and slimmer, while her wings grew wider and wider and wider. What had at first appeared to be Matilda's two soft and heavy wet wings, amazingly, became 4 wings. Those 4 beautiful orange and black wings kept beating and beating and beating until they had grown dry enough and wide enough to lift Matilda. Up, up, up went Matilda, soaring high above her friends and the meadow milkweed. "3 cheers for Matilda!" her 3 friends shouted, and amazing Matilda simply tipped her wings to wave goodbye. The end.